Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Somebody emailed us
And
at
said, hey,
Mixing Madness.
Can you do an episode? Okay.
And was curious about
How do you make money?
do you get paid and how do you make money?
Does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry.
But it does all come down to money.
To what? I'm wearing my special hat.
money.
Show you the money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, bro.
One of the first things is
how much do you have? Okay, you ask the question, and it's like psychiatry. It's like you answer a question with a question. Well, what's your day rate? Well, what were you thinking of paying?
What do I owe you? Never heard of no one so shit all stupid as you driving off that road. You must have got manure for your brains.
Show me the money!
The question,
Right.
you answer.
But you know what?
Okay.
The first thing is there's a lot of different ways to make money. You can be an engineer. You can be a Pro Tools dude. You can be a mixer. You can be
an arranger.
You can be a studio owner.
You can be a tuner, just tuning, just editing, just session
Hey
prep.
man, tuning. Just so you know, I think a good price, $100 a song.
If you wanna go and take a ride with me, we three willing in the four with the goldies. Oh, why do I live this way?
Must be the money.
Somebody asks you to tune something. If you're really good at it, and you make it sound fantastic, $100 a song. Is that a lot? No. Is it super cheap? No. But you could do it, and you can make money at it, especially when you're doing lots of albums. If you're engineering, somebody wants you to engineer, what's a rate? What are you doing?
It depends what you're doing.
What are you doing?
Are you just pressing record, or are you tracking, you're stacking vocal? Is it a high-end session?
Well, also, are you mixing it? Are you just recording the vocals? Are you tracking it? You know, so, and a lot of times, do you do it by the project? Do you do it by the song? Do you do it by the hour? Each thing's a little bit different.
Okay, so let's break it down. By category of work, okay? Well, let's break it down
Let's break it down by category of work.
Okay.
If you're an engineer and you're going out there and doing sessions,
What's a solid engineering rate in Los Angeles?
in LA, and I think around, New York and the big cities, and you're here, and if you're doing good work, $25 to $50 an hour is what the engineers are going to be making.
That's making it in a major recording studio with major label clients or private clients that can pay major label prices.
Absolutely.
That come in big time recording studios, but they need someone that knows what. What do they need to know to earn the $25 to $50 an hour?
Money, money, money. Must be funny in the rich man's world.
You hire engineers, and you're out sipping Mai Tais, and you hire someone to
Or if
run
I'm
it.
sitting here talking on the phone.
Okay.
Those engineers need to know how to be proficient and great in Pro Tools. You need to be able to communicate great with the people in the room.
You need to know the room. You need to know.
Well, that's another one. You need to
know that room, because you're either the house engineer or you're an independent engineer at a professional recording studio where you come in and the session is at 9, you get paid at 9, and you're paid hourly, and the client usually pays hourly, and that's it. And you're there until when? How long? And you're prepared to stay how long?
As long as it takes.
That's right, as long as it takes. And if you can't commit to that time frame, that gig is not for you.
Nah, you got to be prepared to tell the woman, hey, I ain't going to be able to make it tonight for dinner.
Dinner. Breakfast.
Whatever, yeah. For you guys out there who have your own studios and doing your own setup, you could still use this kind of formula that I think the $25 to $50 an hour area. Now, you got to take into effect your overhead and what you're doing. But, listen, that's how you might be able to squeeze that rate up a little bit.
If you are tracking in a project studio, home studio, what do you have there? Is it a bedroom? Is it a built-out garage that's like a guest house? Is it almost faux commercial situation that happens to be in a house? This affects price. It is the equipment you have. Is it private? Do you have a kitchen that they can use? Pricing. Tracking engineer. We're talking about 25 to 50. Let's talk about mixing.
Yeah.
Do you do it by the hour or do you do it by the song? Let's talk about that. And has that changed over time?
I happen to be a big believer in doing it by the song. too hard to do any kind of mixing by the hour and seeing, I can take 6 hours, I can take 3 hours, and then you're always under that pressure then. For both, I think the best for your project and for yourself, you work it on your time. You come up with a price. Listen, mixes today, it's tough out there. I don't believe in the $30, $50 mixes I see out there. No.
Can't be done.
You know,
Can't be done.
To me, you should be able to get a mix
For a few
$300 to $500.
If someone is not willing to put a couple $100, $300, $400 into a mix, then they don't appreciate what the process is, even if you've got an amazing template. Now, if they only have 8 tracks and it's already submixed, that's another thing. People have different impressions about what a mix is.
Of course. Well,
if
wait,
you're
stop for
getting 40
1
to 60 tracks
Yeah,
wide,
I mean,
and they need to be edited and comped and tuned, forget it.
Well,
Hundreds of dollars.
Exactly.
Go.
One of the big things to think about when you're pricing is also how big are the sessions.
You got 60 tracks, and they're vocals, and they're not edited and tuned. It's going to be a little bit more.
Now you're talking, like I said, in the upper of those $100. If you're getting a mix that only has 16 tracks, and everything's already free and prepped, then you know what? You can get that one in cheaper.
Right, and then here's the thing.
A penny is 1, a nickel is 5, a dime is 10, and a quarter's 25.
At least here, you want it in the box, or you want it on the SSL and all the outboard. And that is a big difference. And not everybody appreciates the difference, but there is a difference.
Right, and now then you get into a cost of a different thing, how much you're going to pay for a studio when you go out. A commercial studio. If you're going to go out, do your mix at home, sounding great at home, you want to go to a commercial studio just to tighten it up.
And that commercial studio, what they have that a lot of home studios do not have is the monitoring.
Monitoring. Which you all know, that's the most important thing. Monitoring is
Know your
everything.
room.
Your own room. You can get those great mixes out of your own room as long as you know you're monitoring.
Right.
And get that done. Then you're golden.
Right.
You're golden. But if you come into a studio, what might you pay for a studio? Listen, if you're going to want to get into a really nice studio, you're going to pay $100 an hour.
Right. That is the high-end recording studio where whatever you need to get done, it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, sure, there are places. There are the Hensons and the Spheres and the, I'm trying to think what else there are, the $200 an hour, with all the more bells and whistles than might be even needed, but great Neve, SSL, API rooms, you can find for $100 an hour,
Right.
grand, $1,200 for the day.
And they take care of you.
You know.
You come in and you work.
Right. Exactly. Now, what you want to charge at home, I always say, take a professional, chop it in half.
You're saying the high-end home studio rate where you're getting an engineer/producer to put everything together, if it's not by the song, it's 35 to 60 an hour, that kind of thing, 35 to 50 an hour, not even. It's what?
I don't know, you lost me.
Talked about tuning, $100 a song. Let me dig into tuning a little bit, okay?
Tuning, yeah, tuning. Tuning.
Does it need to be tuned? The first question I ask,
$100 a song.
When you kick me stuff to tune, thank you by the way, but when you kick me stuff to tune, first thing I ask is, are there a lot of backgrounds? And because there's a big difference between your pop oohs and like complicated backgrounds, and depending on whether or not it's an accomplished singer, it takes a little bit of tweaking, because real tuners don't just throw it on auto.
True.
We do it manually, and we draw it, and we listen, and we take care of you, and we use Melodyne and not just Waze Tune and not just auto tune. I mean, the algorithm is better, and you can really make chicken soup.
Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling from the back seat, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it. Truck tire. I can't stop. Help! All because you want to save a couple extra pennies. And to me, it doesn't.
Get out. Now.
Oh!
Okay, let's talk about mastering.
Okay.
First of all, mastering has different definitions in different circles, which is crazy because mastering is after the mix. It's a 2-track master.
Correct. Now, everybody, I don't know, a lot of people think they're mastering engineers.
No.
Even the professionals take their final mixes and get mastered by a person who really masters.
A person who really masters does just that every day.
Yes.
And you also want that second opinion. You're paying for that, especially if it's the single. Especially,
Absolutely.
right?
But mastering also. I know great mastering houses. How much should a master be? I've seen them do it for $100 a song.
It depends how hard up they are.
You know?
It depends if
Yeah.
they do it in bulk. If you do a one-off, it's more expensive than the whole album. That's where you negotiate.
Yeah.
Hey, you do 10 songs for X.
Yeah, you're going to have to undercut that, which
gotta-
is like, so now you're talking, for mastering, you guys...
$50,
50
$75,
bucks, 75, yeah, exactly.
And what I find is mixers that know enough to really juice it a little bit and, get that level without killing it, spread it out, tweak it, EQ it, they sell it in their mix package. I'll also master it. But, you got to be careful because...
Stop! It's the changes that will kill you.
That's real, yo. I ain't exaggerating at all, man. The more money you make, the more problems you get.
It's the changes. That's what you have to watch out
How many
for.
changes do you get in a mix?
In
Especially,
a mix.
What about,
in a mix. Wait,
and what
start
about,
over again.
It's
In a mix. It's the changes that'll kill you. So
That was very good. Okay.
that was good.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can cut.
So
what
when
do
you
you do?
when you do remote mixing, which is cheaper
know-
than in-person mixing, remote mixing.
Yes.
Okay. You have to include in the agreement the number of changes because the changes will kill you. Not the work. You'll get that rough, real close. You'll get that first one close, and then
We kind of, try to keep it to
3, 2,
Two to
Ah,
three.
they wind up squeezing another out.
know,
That didn't really count.
Yeah, sometimes you do that, but of course, you try to accommodate.
because-
you want to try to accommodate your client. You always do, but
then, every time
they're going to take you as far as you can go.
X many rounds of changes per song. That's the agreement, and then each change after that will cost you X because we're obviously willing to make that change, but it takes time to open up the session and make the change, and that's not what was agreed. And you have
And
to
then that
agree
price, you kind of figure out a little bit. Sometimes it's 10% of maybe what the whole mix was,
Right,
or
every additional change is a little bit,
if you're getting a couple of $100 for the mix, and it's like, hey man, you gotta hit
No,
me
you gotta more than
$25,
that. Yeah.
$50,
Right,
or for a change.
Right. But the money for the changes is
Now,
ac-
for
is
all
actually,
of us big timers, we just add another zero after
of
that.
the whole idea of the money for the changes is
It's not
it's not to make money for the changes.
Yeah.
It's to say, hey, I think you're done. You don't want to spend anymore. It's almost like
Right.
It's almost like the cost of postage on a return from Amazon. It's like I'll keep it.
Every time I come around your city, bang, bang. Pinky ring, heard about it, bang, bang.
What is this? This is really cool. I have ADD, but what is this?
That is.
Is this a USB thing?
Yeah.
A
This was
USB
something
what?
I was doing a long time ago. It's
It's
bracelet.
not even a real thing.
No, it's
just
real. No, it's real.
It's a bracelet.
It's a bracelet.
But what is it? Why does it have a real USB thing? It's a thing.
It's a thing. What
Is
I
it
was.
an extender?
What no,
There's nothing in there.
No,
It's
it's nothing.
nothing-
It goes on your wrist.
Oh,
And what I initially was doing with this was I was trying
It
to.
was like-
I was selling these at concerts. I wanted to go at concerts. Like, let's say I was trying to do it at American Idol. That I would take the whole performance of American Idol while it was being recorded, and then by the time they get out of the theater and all that, I would have a copy right from the board. I'd have a machine that copies like 150 of these at a time, and then you sell them. Also, this would
so
be
what?
this would-
What's on it?
the concert? What you just went to?
As an MP3?
Yeah. What you just went to, not the album, not something else,
Oh,
just the live thing that you just.
that. But if you
just
post
did.
this, someone else is going to do that idea. Has that
You
already
might
been
have
done?
to- I think
It's
they
already been
started.
done.
They've tried to do it, never took
That's-
off. It's merch. It's like when they finish seeing a concert,
Oh,
you go
yeah.
out there
No, that's-
and you
that's
buy
the
the
new
album.
merch.
But
This
this
is insane.
this would be
No.
This would say Bon Jovi.
Yeah, but you know what's better? You know what's
such and
better? You know what's
such.
better? This is why this is dated. You don't just want the audio. Because if you only
Oh,
have
no,
the
no,
audio,
yeah.
it didn't happen. You want the video. If you don't have the video, it doesn't exist.
No,
So you
that's
want a little video on like a little Apple Watch thing, whatever.
Okay,
you want
put that
right?
down. Right. Okay, good.
That was
good.
cool.
I suck as a salesman. The pet is my possible sale. Oh, my pretty little pet. I love you. So I stroke it, and I pet it, and I massage it. I love my little naughty pet. You're naughty. And then I take my naughty pet, and I go... Oh!
What you were talking about made a great point that it's not necessarily we're trying to make money for the changes. You don't know.
You don't want to make money for changes.
You don't want changes.
You want them to hate giving you notes on changes because it will cost them and realize they're done. Actually, they were done on mix 2. They just didn't realize it, and they're mixing in reverse.
Usually.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Usually.
You want them to stop making the changes.
That's our philosophy. You can get caught in the death trap if all of a sudden you make a commitment to do somebody's mix and you don't make it clear how many sets of changes they can go through.
It's over.
I did it once, and I had 15 changes. I couldn't listen to them.
That's a client ender. Client ender.
Oh, yeah.
Because it will make you... But you know what? A lot of new engineers need to learn that.
Young G, I'm getting money. Get paid. I'm getting money. Can't fake, boy. So my niggas in Uptown.
You need to learn your level of tolerance for ridiculous change requests. Shame on you for not being specific and not knowing that that absolutely has to be agreed. You get X number of changes, and they should have some. Or, if they want
there's always changes, so
Right.
you're always going to have changes.
Right. What are the delivery requirements? You must agree what they get.
Don't tell me to be cool. I am cool.
They get
Yes,
the
true.
mix, and they get
True.
what kind of stems. Do they get discrete everything? Do they get typical stems?
Your deliverables. You have to know what your deliverables.
Because you're not done until...
Yeah,
with
but
every project I say,
have to be careful. I don't want, that's a lot of time to print every stem. I usually do it in blocks: drums, bass, guitars is a package, keys is a package, leads and
again,
backups.
You take that into
and that's
account
the
with
most.
price. You take that into account.
Of course I do.
Right.
If
Right.
not,
Because-
they get a TV, an instrumental, and an acapella.
No.
That you should get.
Yeah, but you know what? Standard stems are, the 10 or less stems.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
I heard Chris Lord Alge say he makes people pay for that stuff.
Well, that's CLA, and he has his own really awesome 1176 plugin.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So
it's
sweet.
good. I do
So
love that.
sweet. It's that it's like the fast is not the fastest, but a little bit less than the fastest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
no, it's a good plugin.
Yeah.
It's a good. It's
What
a
were we talking
really
about?
good plugin.
I
forgot. I forgot.
just
We were talking about prices. I think we got. I'm hoping we got most of it in
no,
there.
we got in. Well, okay. Negotiating.
Oh,
How do you know? Okay.
negotiate.
I'm going to call you up right
Negotiate.
now. I'm going to call you up right now. I need to rent. I need to rent the studio. I need to do some vocal overdubs.
All right, I'll say it.
What's your day rate for a 12-hour block?
Okay. First thing I'd say is
You're gonna answer a question with a question, right? You answer a question with a question. What were you thinking of paying? Is that what you're gonna do?
Pretty much. The first. It's really
I'm
weird.
talking
The
blind
first thing.
call,
The
blind
first
call.
blind call.
We want you to see better days too. Hello everyone, I'm Larry Love, owner here at Better Days Auto Sale. And boy, do we have a deal for you.
First thing I'd probably say.
What do you want to do?
What do you? No.
What do you need to do?
Tell
What do
me.
you need to accomplish? I want to do vocal overdubs in Pro Tools on a high end.
And I'll go, great, fantastic. First of all, hey,
Where'd you hear it?
where'd you hear about us?
So we know that our marketing has been working and our ads have been, or
Exactly.
word of mouth.
Or were they recommended by somebody?
If you're thinking safety, I got this Chevy Blazer just right for you.
If it's somebody coming through a friend or something like this,
Right.
this is as a studio owner and booking the studio at studio time. Is that what we're talking about?
Also,
is that what we were talking
no, also,
about?
is it a single day? Yeah, is it a single day?
Oh yeah,
Is it a week?
you were practicing.
No,
with
no,
me,
yeah.
Oh no, oh yeah, go back.
No, go back. It's okay.
Two people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I need studio time now. I got to do vocals. Bear in mind, look, if you're,
No, you
if
know
you're in a
what?
big market with LA, or if you're in a major metropolitan area, there's 100 studios on this street alone.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
There
anymore.
used to be 100 studios on this street alone. Now they're all in some. Now half of them are in houses. Okay, no. There's dozens on the street.
Yeah, there's a lot, but
See, no need for AC. Just jump in your ride, stick your head outside, and feel the breeze.
you'll get a phone call and it'll be, hey,
Hey,
we're looking to do vocals.
Okay.
Well,
do
first
you-
question is, hey, you're looking fantastic. Where'd you hear about us? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I heard about you on an ad. I heard it through a friend.
Okay.
Great. What are you looking to do?
I want a day rate of X, and let's say I like.
Do you-
I
the-
want,
the
I want it
fir-
for $500.
The first
which
thing,
is
no.
Okay,
Somebody
get
calls
up.
me. If somebody calls me up and what's your day rate? First thing I ask, do you need an engineer?
Because some people think they don't.
Well,
and they do.
and also some people think it's included or it's not, and then also usually by that first question, you kind of know if they understand.
If you mean if they understand,
If
understand the lingo,
the
and
lingo
what
or
they're
the
getting
studio,
into.
yeah. And then
Now, if they
hey,
don't,
if they don't,
they
go.
still need someone that's kind of like the house representative. They can't be there alone.
So use your new navigation system to come find my place.
How long do you want to work?
I
Well, we're
wanna work
looking
a
for
block.
we want to work 6 to 8 hours. Okay, without an engineer, a place like mine, I will just start someplace. Hey, $100 an hour. I'll know right away what they're feeling. Now,
It'll be like, oh, I call bullshit.
yeah. So, now, I don't want to undercut. I don't want to undersell. Now, if you're doing this in your home studio, again, this is where I kind of said before, take something and cut it in half. So, like, if you're your home studio and somebody
A
calls you
home
like
studio
that,
does not have
I'm
the
trying-
financial overhead.
No.
Of
So
a
I'm
commercial
saying,
facility.
if I'm saying 100, you say 50.
Right. And no.
An hour.
How long-
We're also talking an hour.
And
then from there,
it's
you'll
blocks.
be able to negotiate
Right.
what's going on.
And,
Hey,
by the way, tracking is always hourly.
If you get our extended warranty and your car is in the shop, no problem. I got this complimentary bike right here for you. So yes, we have your own selection of color. Take your picks. Friends need a ride, we got shopping carts for you to drag along in the back behind them.
why?
They always think that they can accomplish it in less time.
Right.
And if it's not hourly, and you say, well, I want to be able to do, tracking, editing, and mixing a song, and doing that like built-in rate kills project studios. The tracking should be hourly.
And I don't know about OnStar, but this car have a star up on it.
When you're in the studio and you're working and you're recording and you're a tracking engineer, it's by the hour. When you're doing mixes, I think doing a package deal, a one rate per song is a great way to go.
We have the wood grain tint. Never seen that before, not even on Pin My Ride. But yes, it also comes with an extra key. Yes.
You get someone that's like, you know what? I want to mix hourly. I think you can do those really changes, and they'll ride you. What do you do with that? Do you try to convince them not to do it that way? Because sometimes
Yeah.
people think they can do 3 songs a day, and like, what?
Only Chris Lord-Alge can do 3 songs a day.
I'm sure his assistant does a lot of that
Right.
prep. Oh, he
I
does a
bet
lot
you.
of that prep.
I bet you they,
Right.
bet you they do.
Right.
I bet you they mix the songs.
And don't think Larry Love don't love you guys and I'll sell you a car with no protection. Yeah, right. I got you, buddy.
Oops, I didn't say that.
Just remember, come on down and ask for Larry Love. Yo habla español. And to my other friends, konnichiwa, shishini, ni hao, shaika.
You can't do mixing by the hour. It does not work.
Oh, how are you going to pay?
Wait a minute.
You're going to pay cash?
Sell.
Oh.
I am looking for something between $600 to $650.
Going to pay cash? You're going to pay PayPal? You're going to pay credit card? You hate credit card because you get those fees. You hate PayPal because you get the PayPal fee and the credit card fee.
When you get paid, try to use a service. There's lots out there. No fees. The Venmo thing, PayPal. Friends and family, people.
They kind of discourage that because it's not really what's...
Okay.
Are they? Well, maybe they're your friend. Okay.
But there's what else is there that has no charges?
You can get that little phone adapter and like...
No, that's like Square. 4% charge.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Do you charge?
It's better to eat that percentage than to not get the client because the client is maxing out their credit cards and doesn't have the cash. So you got to think about, is it the cost of business to take that form of payment? And I would say, you know what? Take every form of payment Just give them a discount if they give you cash or check, and and you run to the bank with that check.
No. Yeah. Be careful with those checks. Be careful with
Now,
those
who
checks.
uses checks anymore?
I still write checks.
I want to go to a studio that takes Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, find me that studio. No,
Is that your wife?
No,
Is that your wife?
This is a guy coming.
Why
to check
is
out
your
this
text so? Why is the font on your text so
large? Because I can't see and I still need glasses.
Wait, I didn't even know you could do. You can do that in the OS. You need like more than 2 sentences per. Plus, you have the bigger. You not only have the bigger phone, you still need the magnified text.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And you're also looking.
And
close.
I look like this, which is not tip. This is how you're supposed to hold your phone.
Who said that?
My
From your
chiropractor.
chiropractor?
Yeah, it's good. Have we covered everything today?
Let's talk about.
We've covered pretty much everything that we have for.
No, we covered about
pricing.
We covered about 10% of what we wanted to cover because we don't have the focus.
Not
Can that go
not so
out? I don't
much.
know.
No, we're not keeping any of this.
No,
we're not keeping any of that.
We're not keeping any of that.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
So did we have an end?
Did we talk? We only gave them like 3 pieces of information, and we got stuck on this little USB thing. We gave them a few ideas about like ballpark
I think
and
we've been
negotiating.
on there for 30 minutes.
That's because.